what is it? Now this is good. This is a live broadcast, and that this should be up later on. So if you miss anything at all, you can go ahead and go back. But if you're watching it right now, you can always skip forward. Um, but I'm gonna try to make Alice Angel from the game Bendy and the Ink Machine. But before I do that, I just want to show something I was working on that I'll be posting a video of later on. It's not done yet, but I have a character I'm trying to do from Darksider. So to show you guys real quick. Let's get in there. Another thing I was going to show was this little delirious egg, H2O delirious. Right here. I'll have videos for it later on. I also 3D printed this already. And stuff. But back to what I was going to originally make, which is the... Hold on, if I can get it. Okay. I want to... So right here, I'm in my light box here. Basically have stuff I can go ahead and start out as my base. I'm going to start with a sphere right here. A 32 sphere, which is a low polygroup object. I'm just making sure my sensitivity was on. Okay, good. Alright, the reason why I did that is so I could have a more round, cartoonish kind of character. And I have reference material here for you guys to go ahead and see. So this is the character right here. This is like the most recent trailer. It's gonna be the game's gonna be out soon. My mouse is freaking out. I might have to turn on my touchpad. Okay. So this is the character. This was the most recent trailer. This is, I think, kind of fan art right here. And then I kind of like this next one right here. Gotta give credit to this person. It's kind of cool. I'm thinking about making this actually. It's a cool little idea. This person was made. Was a person on DeviantArt. Their name is Shy Lee Lavender on DeviantArt, and I kind of like their take on it. Like the style at the same time, kind of all the ink, and it's kind of cool. It'd be cool to maybe make this into an actual figure. I'll start with probably the basic, and then if I want to, I could change it. I'm gonna go ahead and probably focus on kind of this style right here, something like that, mixed with this one right here. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna start with the head. Alright, shapes are just usually great in general. Robos, BCB. I'm gonna go ahead and start make this like. Oops, that's not good. Just trying to go ahead and create kind of this. I'm gonna make this a little larger actually. Just this kind of this like line here for like kind of where the eyes are gonna go later. So that's kind of the nice thing about like the low geometry is that it creates more of a nice kind of look to it. Oh crap! Ah, I forgot. Of course, I almost have everything set up perfectly, and I forget my reference material on the side. Hold on. All right, hold on. Oh, oops. I have my video going right here in my broadcast. Let's see. All right. Just check my reference here real quick. Sorry, hold on. I have other reference material, and I'm just using that as kind of help right here. There's not a lot of official artwork of this character, so I'm just using kind of some some various amounts of stuff. All right, so I'm gonna look at this real quick. As you can see here, like the face is kind of narrow here, so I'll probably squeeze it in a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back. Gotta make sure I remember that. BMB. Actually, I'm gonna go to this here. I'm gonna turn symmetry off and home that in the center, and I'm gonna squish the face a little bit. Yeah, squeezing the face a bit right there. My reference material is still kind of insufficient. Hold on. Just getting this real quick. Oh. Well, never mind. Okay. All right. So, okay. I got that. Kind of switch the face a bit. I might make the cheeks a bit more pronounced. A little bit of smoothing here. I might even flatten the top of the head a bit. It's kind of anime-like. So I kind of have this face feature kind of going right now. I might even bring this in a bit. Kind of like that. That's good. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and then start maybe adding like little features. I'm gonna add the horn. So B-I-T, which is the insert sphere. I'm gonna insert sphere 32 right here. Kind of make kind of the horns. Kind of like that right there. Then I'm gonna go ahead and drag these in. I could also enlarge them. But right now, time being, I'm gonna kind of go like that. I'm gonna add the hair as well. BMV, BIT for the, it's insert primitive brush. So I'm gonna do a regular sphere here. I might even separate it later. Right now it's not looking too good. I have to bring this out right here for it to make sense, but not just yet. Insert, oh shoot. I'll move this in. I'm gonna have to separate this one later. Checking my reference here of the character. Alright, yeah, so I'm gonna pull this. The geometry's gonna be stretched out and everything, but it'll be resolved later. Just trying to get the overall kind of deal here. Dealio. Just trying to B-I-N for the inflate. Just kind of inflate that a bit here. Maybe even flatten a bit. Go to B. Just kind of just start with that right there. She also has those hairs in front of her face, which I won't do that yet until I have a little bit more geometry. I'm going to go to my subtool here. I'm going to split that. Going to down here, split the unmasked portion so I could switch between the two. So then I could just go ahead and dynamish that real quick and then just smooth everything. There it goes, a little better. Let's see. So I'm just going back and forth between my tabs here. Okay. So I got that. I think go back to here. I'm gonna play around with kind of the shape of the face, the head. Jumping around my reference material right here. I should probably put some in the background. I could do that, but I have had issues in the past with having my reference material in the background. It kind of causes some issues. Sorry, I'm trying to think. So going back to my reference here. Head is pretty narrow. The eyes are just really big, so that's maybe why I'm not really happy with it just right now. Is I have to lower this here. That's not right. Lower that a bit. I'm gonna pull this out maybe a little bit for the kind of the chin here. Kind of a jaw. Oh shoot! Ah! I did it again. I forgot to switch back. So what I did was like basically this. The cool thing about that is what I did was I pulled the face a little narrower, then I brought the chin out, and then I went to the side here and brought the jaw up a bit. The horns have to be brought out a bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch to that and move them. Kind of right there. I might have these inserted separately because that's going to be annoying with all the support material for our 3D print going all the way down. So I'll have these as little peg things to be connected later. I want to make the halo real quick as well. So I'm going to go to BIT and I'm going to go to... there's no halo option, so I might have to go do this. I might have to do a cylinder with no edge loop right here, and then I'm going to go to the center right here. Oh, shoot. That's not right. Right there. I'm going to use Zmodeler here real quick. Hold on. Now, if I go to my geometry right here, as you can see, so for me to make the halo, I'm going to make this a lot, narrower, not narrower, a lot flatter. But there's a tool called Zmodeler, which is for shortcut BZM. The cool thing is now, I'm going to go ahead and, actually before that, I'm going to use the move tool. I'm going to flatten this real quick. Nah. Wait, yeah. Is that right? The right orientation? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to flatten it. So already, as you can see, it's starting to become a halo, kind of. I'm going to angle it a bit. Move it right about here. I'm going to go ahead and kind of enlarge it a bit and then flatten it again. The thing is, though, I want the halo to touch the head here. I guess I could have it printed flat, but I want it to make sure I don't have to worry about all that. If anyone has any questions, I could go ahead and ask them, or if you want to, I don't know. I want to keep it interesting, and if you guys have a question, I like to answer it. So I'm just making some place markers right now, just basically where everything's gonna go. Basically roughing out the figure. I'm gonna start making the body next. So I'm gonna use the insert mesh tool again, the BTI right here. I'm gonna start with the capsule here. I guess a cylinder would probably be a little better. Would a cylinder be better? Yeah, I suppose. It doesn't matter really. I'm going to Dynamesh it. I'm going to keep the body separate from the head so I could have a higher resolution if needed. Hair, same kind of deal. So, I guess cylinder. It doesn't really matter what it is. I guess I'll use no edge loop right here. Find the center here. Pull that out. I'm going to move this up right here. Just kind of start making the neck. I could always turn it and whatnot and pull down. I'm going to start making the body. I'm going to go... I like making the body out of cylinders and spheres, never really squares, just because it kind of doesn't make sense. You're not a square. Alright, so... Oh, also another thing I wanted to... Oh, shoot, oops. Another thing I wanted to mention was I was planning to do some traditional... I'm messing with a new kind of clay right now. It's a cool clay. And the thing is, though, it's kind of like homemade. So I'm trying to... get the recipe right. Like there's the recipe online, but the thing is that like I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't have it on armature. That's probably why it's not sitting upright. I'm just messing around with it right now, so nothing just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and so I'm gonna start with these very blocky shapes, and I'll add definition and everything to it a bit. All right. Oh shoot. What I like is the BMV brush, the move brush. I could go ahead and mess around with it here to make sure I get kind of what I want right here. Kind of like that right there. That's all right so far. So that's kind of the torso. I can always make the torso and, ow, something's bothering me. Oh, okay, that's not good. Sorry, all right. BIT, go right here. Oh shoot, oops a daisy. I'm just switching between this right here. I'm trying to... Just trying to round this out right here real quick. Like that. Now to add the legs and everything too. I kind of want to make a sphere probably. Oh, I need to mute real quick. Alright, so okay, back to this right here. Adjusting this here using just some shapes to kind of block out the character. Let's see. Let's add some details to the face a bit maybe before I go get a little too carried away. Switch to that. Turn off symmetry. Whoopsie daisy. Oops. BSH, the snake hook. And that's what I want. Kind of. Not enough geometry. I'm gonna go ahead and divide that actually. Geometry. Divide. Let's see. Oops. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this model right here. I'm gonna hide that. I'm gonna undo this. Got kind of long hair here, so just kind of trying to refine this real quick. Is my mic on? Yeah. Alright, so I got that. I'm gonna make the shape right here. I'm gonna add the arms. I'm gonna make cylinders right here real quick. B T. Now, her arms are pretty much long tubes, just kind of like any kind of generic kind of old kind of style cartoon. So I went to the insert a primitive brush here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cylinder here. Now, since they're just noodle arms, I don't need any edge loops. So I'm going to select this one right here, and I'm going to go ahead and oops, gotta switch to the there it goes. Right here. Oops, that's way too small. I'm going to go ahead and move these down right here. I'm going to have to elongate it a bit. Oh, shoot. They're not even lining up. Hold on, I need to switch my regular tool right here so I can pull that out. I have no idea why is it doing that. Hold on. Sorry, I'm gonna try that again. I just pulling the arms in a weird way. Sorry. I guess before I work on, I don't know. I'll just do the arms. Sorry, I'm just back and forth here. I'll insert the eyes real quick. Oh boy, that's not good. Scale. Move. I gotta turn local symmetry on. Move these back. What the heck is this going on here? Why is it like that? Alright, then we go to CW for the clay 2 brush, just so I can make the lips, I suppose. I forgot to lock the functions down. Go into stroke here. Go to move. You can lock end and start. Make it snap to the figure. And actually, no, I'm gonna pull here. I want to make that taper too. By the way, I'm gonna go to my stroke modifier here, and going down to my size right here. I'm gonna flip this so that it gets narrow towards the end. Oh, not too narrow, and then I'll click here. Oops. Let's see what else. I'll make the bottom lip too, so what I'm going to do is, this will be one lip, which I'll make better later, and then I'm going to save that right there, which then I'll draw a second lip. Gotten right there. It looks funny right now, but it'll get better. I'm just roughing out the shapes right now. I'll pull nose and fix the face and everything in a bit, but just trying to get the overall form. But how long has it been since I started this? And wait, what the heck? It doesn't tell me the time anymore. It doesn't show me how long I've been on. Hold on, sorry. I'm gonna check my sorry, hold on. Trying to see how long I've been on for. Okay, 23 minutes, pretty good. Three minutes, pretty good for this far. Like it was more like 20 minutes since I was talking in the beginning. All right. This is good because once I have this here, I could look at my reference images and move the pieces around. And also, the hair would be more like that. But I'm gonna remove that real quick. I'll make the hair a little bit curly, so let me go ahead and work on the hair a bit. PMV, so I could start. Eyes are really large, like no joke. Just masking everything real quick. The parts I don't want being messed with right now. Yeah, the face here on the side profile is not looking too good, but I'm going to focus on the front view right now. Let me go ahead and work with the halo here. I'm just going to be jumping all over the place. Now, as I said before, BZM is the modeler here. I have to turn this on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a loop here. If I can find it. Okay, it's actually right here. I have to select the line here. And clicking... oh, I'm already on edge loops. Right there. I'm going to go ahead and slide the whole edge loop. Going to slide. Right here. Edge loop complete. Slide this down. Let me check how big is the halo. Halo varies. I'm going to keep it like that. I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Q mesh the let me polygroup here and go to, where's it at? I want the inner island of the polygroup inner. There it goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Q mesh going down. Oops. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to do a Q mesh along the whole polygroup. Where's the polygroup ball? Here it is. There it goes. Kind of like a halo right there. Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's why. It's because there's no side that copies that. So it's causing an issue with the bottom half of it. Okay, hold on. I want this to be same on the bottom as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... Okay, I have a solution. I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to add a poly loop. Oh shit, if it'll let me. Not slide. I wanted to do insert. One right there and one down here. Transparent. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, since these are both equal, now if I go to Q mesh, actually after I do the poly group and I do polygroup inner right here, right there. This was right there too. We'll go to Q mesh, polygroup all, and there it goes. Now, it looks a little strange just because those two meet right here. So I have this unnecessary line here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that real quick just to make it easier. So I'm going to go to my delete. I'm going to go ahead and do edge loop complete. I'm going to delete that. I want to polygroup this as well. Let's go ahead and polygroup. Polygroup. This is really important, right? It makes the halo process makes it a lot easier to make it. So I think so. I'll learn. We'll see. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the polygroup. I wanted to do a poly loop. Hold on. There it goes. That's a good start right there, with getting the hole going right there. Normally I would have had to extrude it out here already, but yeah, I guess I can do that. Yeah. Oh, whatever. Okay. Sorry. Let's start adding the limbs. I want to get everything like laid out and everything, all the forms and everything before an hour. Well, it should be earlier. Maybe the next 10 minutes. I'm going to insert a sphere. Because they seem rather quite shapely at about, oh my gosh, hold on, sorry, I'm just switch back to this one right here. The gizmo is so nice. Kind of like that, and then I'll go ahead and BMV. I'll fix the shapes and forms and everything a bit, but for the time being, the arms. I know I say that a lot. The whole. Kind of right there. I'll add the hands and whatnot in a bit. Let's go to here. So I'm going to go ahead and probably duplicate this for the leg here. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, shoot. Right, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this right here. I have to switch to the move brush real quick. There's way too much geometry along the legs here. I'm going to switch to my rotate here real quick, move that around. And I'll adjust the stuff in a bit. So I got that. Body's way too wide. So really, like, this is way too wide as it is. So I'm gonna go. Oh, I need to undo that right there. So really, this is she's got this kind of this hourglass shape, so gotta bring these points right here. There's like a little bit of like, I used to do a little bit of the whole process of like box modeling with like models when I was first trying to learn how to just sculpt in general. I was trying to stick with like Blender. The face is bothering me. I'm gonna add the make the eyes go. I'm gonna separate these lips here while I'm at it. Go ahead and do split hidden. Split to the lips right here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go ahead and dynamesh it. Geometry. Dynamesh. Sure. Oh my gosh, there's nothing there. I'm gonna start tweaking the shape a bit. Dip the lip in right here. Right there. Maybe smooth this out a bit. Maybe inflate. Man, it looks so weird sideways. I gotta adjust that actually. I gotta probably bring the back the face right here, back. BMV. Gotta get the kind of the bridge of the nose going right there. So as I'm pulling it back, so you can see the eyes right there, the nose has to come up like right around. Kind of like that. That looks better. No, it's not just there just yet. So I'm just trying to adjust this real quick. Ah, looks terrible right now. It'll get there. Starts slow. So I got that so far. Tweak the face a bit. I should probably cut those wedges out in her eyes. You know how she has those wedges. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna cut a cube. I'm gonna not cut a cube. I'm gonna get a cube by going just append a separate shape. Just because. Let me go ahead. Let me get that cube right there. Now what's gonna happen is I'm gonna take this cube here. I'm gonna turn it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go about. Oh shoot! Right about there. I'm gonna make it into more of a diamond shape right here, so I can cut into the eye. I'm gonna use like a subtraction boolean. It might be a little unnecessary, but I'm gonna make these eyes separate too while I'm at it. I'm gonna split the unmasked, so I could go ahead and pair with that. I'm gonna hide the body and everything. Let me go ahead and move this. I'm using these as like a trying to match it up right here. Because what I'm doing, I'm going to turn this into a subtraction boolean, and then I'm just cutting a piece. I'm not going to cut this off as well. I'm just trying to see if I like that. I'm going to angle that actually. Okay, I think that's kind of what I want right there. So I'm going to go ahead and hide everything else. Hide that, hide the hair. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and accept that. So there's an option here. So I'm going to have this here. I'm going to mirror this later. I'm going to go to my geometry. Not geometry, it's my subtool here. What I'm doing here is only a quick little preview. I need to turn that into actual mesh. So I'm going to go to my boolean option and make a boolean mesh, which has now done that. So, oh, it's doing it right now. Hold on. It shows the progress in the top left hand corner. It should be pretty fast. There it goes. It's done. I go here, I select that, I add it, I hide the eyes, I hide the shape right there. I'm going to go ahead and make everything else visible again. Is it this hair? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and actually mirror that, I guess. Although the interesting thing is that I should just go ahead and drag that over. Because if I check my reference here, yeah, she has the mark on the left side of both eyes. Or the right side, if you consider it her right. They're not on opposite sides. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do this here. I'm going to delete one eye. Right here. I got to delete it completely, so I have to go to Geometry, Modify Topology, and Delete Hidden. I'm going to turn on my... Oops. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to go ahead and turn transparency on. I'm going to just drag this eye over. I'm going to copy it by holding down the control button. Oops. I'm going to turn on my dynamic perspective so I have a better, more accurate. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I'll work the symmetry out in a bit. I might even just mirror that later. So I think it'd be fine. I'm going to go ahead and just accept that, I guess. So I'm going to hide the eyes right here. I'm going to go ahead and turn transparency. Oh, I see. The orientation is off too. So I'm going to rotate both. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go ahead back to the X, go to the center of these real quick. I'm going to kind of turn that right there. Look like little Pac-Mans. Waka, waka, waka. Kind of like that. Maybe even bring the eyes maybe a little larger. Shrink this down a bit. Kind of like that. Bring the lips back here if I can find them. Oh, it's right here. Right there. Kind of like that. Let me see. Now, I'm not conflicted. It's just that, should I'll ask you guys, whoever's here. It looks like, so, right here. So this is what I'm working on. Now, trying to do something that, like this kind of style. Something more of like what the game is going to be like. Or should I go for something like kind of like this here? Or this one right here, this next one, as I said before earlier, I like kind of the style of it. So this one right here, kind of the look here. The eyes are really big though. Like, I guess it makes sense. It's the standard kind of cartoon. Just looking at the other ones, so it's kind of standard. But I do like kind of the kind of the gore aspect, which is the ink kind of spill all over. Kind of like the expression, and kind of like the ink on her hands and everything. So I might just go for that right there. I might even just pose early too. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to probably save this, and I'm going to save this as generic. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go to my file. Save as. This will be, I call it Alice Angel generic. I think I'm going to go ahead and go probably in that direction of the that one image right there. You can't see anything right now probably because it is, I'm trying to save. So by default, it does that. I'm going to go ahead and go to save another thing now. Going to my save as. I'm going to go generic. It's to be like posed, I guess. Not the true pose, but I'm getting ready for that one kind of thing real quick. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these eyes right here. I'm going to move them here. I'm going to angle them a bit. Oops, I'm moving the wrong thing. I'm flipping between stuff. And her hair is kind of the thing that's bothering me too, so. I'm turning X off. Oh shoot. Turn X off, turn symmetry off, and then I'm gonna get those hair pieces going right here real quick. BSH. BMV. Kind of along those lines right there. I might even just retract that back, so I'll have different hairstyles that I'll save and then trim and maybe add maybe coils of Not exactly what I wanted. Alright. I might even make this something for everyone to download later. Yeah, I might use the I'll bring these eyes closer together. Eyes, it's just the eyes are way too protrude way too much. I'm gonna tweak the eyes later. It's not as simple as I thought. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go to geometry. I'm gonna do a mirror and weld. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide one eye. And with that selected, I'm gonna go ahead and do a mirror function with local symmetry turned on. So it should flip it according to this here and not go to the other side. So going to deformation, let's try a mirror. Okay, it went to the other side. Great. Let me turn on local symmetry on and off. Let me try that again. I guess what happens is it does it by its own. I get it. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Let's go to subtool and let's split. So I'm just learning something I'm gonna do later on in the future. So let's split hidden. Let's go ahead and try that again. Now since local symmetry is on, and it's the only geometry here, I should be able to go to my deformation and then just click mirror to switch it in place. Okay. Never mind. We'll just stick with that right now, I guess. Alright. Let me go ahead and start messing with the hair now. A little more. Just kind of doing that right there. I'm going to bring this in, kind of start making kind of like the curls. Also, at the same time, I should probably start painting it. So I'm going to go ahead and, like the face maybe, like, when by painting it, I mean like, just like coloring it a bit. There it goes. Was that whole nose thing was bothering the heck out of me. Now the eyes protrude way too much, so. And the nose makes no sense right there, especially since the eyes should not be going in front of it. Switch the lips right here real quick. So it's just lots of fine tuning once you get the parts in. I'm gonna bring this up more right here like that. That's better. See, like small little things make a huge difference. And I still don't like those eyes, but that we'll have to do for right now. I'll fix that later. Go back to here. I want the hair to kind of taper, and I'm gonna turn transparency on. I might have to fix that back part later, especially for 3D printing. I don't have enough geometry to do that, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to divide again. B. Let's turn the division down a bit. Z intensity is way too low. Bring that up. I'm going to go ahead and maybe Zbrush that real quick. Hold on. Dynamesh it. Not what I was going for. Let's delete the lower and try that again. Let's go to 64. That's better. Bring those loops back right there. Might just remove the legs. What I'm gonna do is the dress is gonna be the part is gonna be the base. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna append a. As I said before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it like this picture right here. So I'm going to tweak it a bit here and there. I like to definitely have those effects right there along with the hands and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a, oh shoot, wrong thing. I clicked the wrong thing. Okay. Yeah, that part should be on the other side, but that's something I'll work out later. So what I'll do is this. I will. No, sorry. I was just thinking. You know, I know a way to make these eyes better. I'll show it later. Okay. I just thought of it. But let me go ahead and go to append. Let me insert this cube. This cube is going to be acting as a base. You know, when you sculpt traditionally, you know. Usually it's this it's usually like a base right here. So I'm gonna probably delete these legs right here, and I'll just extend the body here. So I already saved this as a separate file too. So I gotta switch my reference here real quick before I do anything. I'm gonna make the So I'm trying to see. I'm gonna okay. Go back to here. I'm gonna delete. I'm gonna combine this soon. I wanna make the arms separate though. But I'm gonna delete the legs here. Geometry, Dynamesh? No. It's a modified topology. Delete the hidden. Make these arms separate. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna Dynamesh the. No, yeah, I'm gonna make the body separate too, just so that I can Dynamesh and not have to worry about. Oh, it's off. Never mind then. So I'm gonna continue this. Bring these like kind of the hips out right here. Taper this in. hide the... Make the neck maybe a little longer right here. No, I'll make it a little shorter. Then I want this... let's go to the arms right here. Oh my gosh, okay, come on. There it goes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to... It's going to be like kind of like a T pose before I start posing it. And when I pose the character, I'm going to tweak the figure. Alright, this face here, let's go ahead and make more of a tapered chin. So I'm going to grab this move brush here. I'm going to bring the... Not too much that it gets rid of it. I got to... I'm gonna start coloring, I guess. Let me go ahead and... Oh boy. Come on. Also, I might even play the game later tonight. If it's released midnight. It's chapter 3 of this game. So I'm trying to switch to the color, huh? The heck? It's not working now. Hold on. And I'm gonna go to black right here. Wait, what? Didn't change colors. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to... You know what? Maybe it's because I have not... Let me do fill. Let me go to color, fill object. It's not letting me paint for some reason. Weird. All right. Well, it won't let me color the piece. That's bizarre. Oh, I think it worked now. Let me go back to the hair. Sorry, I don't. This usually doesn't happen. The coloring. Huh? What the heck is going on here? All right, the coloring has to be for another time. Then it's not cooperating. Oh, wow. Okay. That's how it's going to be. Oh, okay. I think I fixed it. I don't know what I did, but it's working now. Let me do... The eye should not be white, but hold on. Okay. Let me go ahead and go to color. Let me go ahead and do fill object. So then I'll switch to another piece right here. Wait, what? Why is it white? Oh, that's why. This is really annoying. Got gummy material. Try that again. Color, fill object, switch. Alright, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna have to export these later and then color it another time. Don't know why it's giving me a hard time right now. Okay, well. Alright, well, let's see. That eye really bothers me. It's not right. But, let's see. Oh my. I'm just losing my mind. It's not you guys. Just some things going on in the background. B-I-T. No. B-I-T. Oh, I have. Oh, okay. You know what happened? I know what happened. I had light boolean on. Now I should be able to color. So ridiculous. So silly. Hold on. That's why it wasn't working. The color wasn't working because it was rendering. So. Alright, now let me go ahead and do fill color. That's why. I thought I figured it out. But what did I just fill? Did I fill the wrong object? I filled the wrong object. Gosh dang it all. I thought I figured it out. Ah, I thought I figured it out. I'm so sorry. What the heck? Wait, that worked? Oh, it's really trying to annoy me. Okay. Whatever. Okay, let me just add the bow and everything. I can't stay on doing nothing for too long. Insert a sphere here in the center. I'm gonna start making the bow. The little bow she has like on her chest. B, T again. I'm going to insert another sphere. Sorry, I'm trying to... It's getting there. We're going to add the eyelash here on the eye here. Oh, that's right. I have the eyes separate. Okay, that's why I was doing that. I should just undo real quick. I'm gonna delete this layer here. Eyelash over it. Be CW. Kind of a start. I'll accept that. Oh, shoot. Just to kind of start. Yeah, I should have made this wider back here. Actually, let me do that. Let me just switch that real quick. So I'm going to go to tool right here. It's the not tool, stroke. Curve modifier. I don't have it on, that's why. B, C, W. Now I go to stroke tool right here. Go to curve fallout. Let's flip this real quick. Because it gets from large to that, but I want it the other way, so I want to flip horizontal. So it gets wider as it gets to the end. Kind of like that, and try that. Let me try that again. I'm just trying to get the right kind of look here. Let me try that again. Let me lower that more. Kind of along those lines right there. No, a lot of ums, huh? Check something real quick. It's not going to be available just yet. Whoever don't complete the stream right now, I'll probably go ahead and complete on my time. I'm not liking this right here. I guess remesh this real quick. Not remesh. It's ZBrush right here. Let's go adaptive. Oh, wrong one. Well, let me see what that does. Oh, I'm on the right one. I got more. I want half the polygroups. Hold on. Oh, that's better. So it's easier for me to smooth out. I'm going to go to this layer right here. I'm going to separate this right here. I'm going to dynamish that actually. So just because I want to not have to worry about just got to make sure this is all smooth. It's kind of nice because traditionally I would have to like I would have had to what is it? I would have to sand in. Sanding would take a while. I'm gonna smooth that face out. The face should be divided. Oops. Where the halo is the same. I have a lot of separate groups. Kind of gonna be annoying. Better, I would say. And the reason why I did divide is so that I can go back to the lower subdivision and change things a lot better. Oh my gosh. I just noticed something. The hair is wrong. When I did ZBrush, it messed up the hair. Let me try that again. I have symmetry on, that's why. When I did a ZBrush. Try that again. I have symmetry off this time, so it should be good now. Hold on. I should get rid of this right here. A weird gnarly stuff right there. Got rid of most of it. I thought it was a hole in geometry right there. I'm like, what the freaking heck? What I'm going to end up doing is probably bringing the hair back in right here because this is way too flat. BMV. And to switch between tools. It gets a little slow here and there, and I've been debating if I should just like, what is it, can't think right now. Where? Oh, whoops. Oh, I'm already on it. No wonder. Like, why can't I find it? I'm trying to... No, based on that picture, I... Oh my gosh, scared myself for a moment. I thought I had the wrong thing selected. I thought I was just recording like nothing right now. Trying to just... kind of like that. And then I'll just dynamesh the... I guess I should put the arms together, huh? Before I do that. Let me start making the hands. Um... I'm gonna start making... I guess I should make the dress real quick. I'm gonna do a quick divide. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to BSI. Is that the right one? Slice? Yeah, slice curve. That's the right idea what I want to do here, but it's not, the back is not making any sense here because no one's back goes like that. Like for the neck, it should be more of gradual. So before I do that, I need to move this back in more. BFA. That's better. Okay. The reason why I did that was because I'd like to do this here and then go ahead and use extract to make the dress. Or actually, even better, is I can actually go ahead and extrude that. But before I do that, I want to do ZBrush. I want to keep the groups, smooth out the groups, keep it the same, and go ZBrush. So I keep this polygroup line right here. Now it's much better refined. So before, after. Alright, so the cool thing about this is now what I can do is I can go ahead and mask and then go to my deformation. Let me turn that off right there. And go to my deformation and inflate by like 5. So it kind of creates that dress, the illusion of clothing right there. I'm actually inflate that a little more. 5. smooth that a bit. Kind of like that. Now I turn transparency off. I remove that right there, so it looks like she's got like a cloth, but it's part of the mesh, so it's not something I have to add later. That eye really bothers me still. I'm probably going ahead and gonna probably save this time lapse, save it, and then upload it as a time lapse later. It is taking a little too long to do anything. But overall, I kind of like it so far. It's looking good. I think I know what to do, actually, with this halo here. Oh, that's right, the halo doesn't have the... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lower the halo a bit now. BZM. I should have done that. That would have been easier. Now I just deleted that. Go to polygroup real quick and go poly loop. Go to Q mesh and polygroup all. What the heck is that? Well, easy thing for me to do right there is to just delete that. BSL. That's a little better. I'm going to go ahead and go to my geometry, delete hidden. There's subdivision. Nice little kind of halo here. I kind of like the flat kind of halo. I might sharpen the edges, crease the edges here, and then have this rounded out. Kind of like the flat halo. Well, it starts off so like kind of quick. It kind of dies down over time. It's the fine tuning here and there. So what I think I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and like save this, wait for it to become a video. I'm going to probably keep it private. I'm going to go ahead and, I guess talking right now doesn't really matter, but for anyone that shows up as I talk, is I'm going to turn this into a time lapse of like majority. I'll make it part 1. And then I'll make part 2. I'll probably make it on my own time as well, like I was doing with the Darksider. It's called Darksiders? Yeah. Darksider and the Delirious Egg, which I will be uploading another time as a time lapse. Yeah, I was hoping that this would be like great. It was just something I just thought of doing today, so I just kind of just did it. Just put an event scheduled. But as you can see here, like over time, it did start looking better. Let's go ahead and check the face real quick. I have the history of like what it looked like. So if I start from scratch right here, which is like this sphere, and then I started shaping it and everything, you can see that, well, Eventually get to that shape here. Let me go ahead and turn transparency on so you can see what it looked like before. Starts as a sphere. I start adding these details here. The horns, the crown. You can see the difference in what the body size was and then what's been reduced to. And then certain parts started to disappear just because I started separating them into their own kind of subtool. But overall, it got a lot better. When I make the time lapse, I'll be like, oh my gosh, it looked terrible. Like this, I'm gonna have to bring in a bit. It's gonna be a lot of small little things. But I'm kind of happy with how it looks so far, and I'm gonna tweak it so it'll be better. So, yeah. Lips, I'm not liking the lips right now. I might have to make them two separate things real quick and do something about that. I'm just doing a lot of talking right now, but yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna change the eyes. The eyes are not gonna be. I'm gonna insert cylinders. Well, I'll cut a piece out by using Q mesh, and then I'll smooth that with dynamic topology. Yes, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I can create an edge loop and all that. Oh well. I'm just going to end the broadcast. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. I'll see what I can do about making this to a file for everyone to download. All that stuff. I guess I remember what I say right now because I think I'm going to save it as a private video and turn this into a time lapse. But yeah, all right. Well, it'll probably be up before I even take it back down. Okay.